Hey everyone, welcome to Pilates with Kens. Today I'll be walking you through a 15-minute full body workout. So let's get started. Before we get into our workout, I want to do a few mobility exercises here. So let's zigzag our feet and kind of stretch out a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep our feet planted in the same position and then rotate our knees to the other direction, just back and forth to try to warm up our hips. We'll go back and forth one more time, and on this last one we're going to stay here and kick forward our front leg and then back to the zigzag position just a few times, kicking our leg forward. Again, trying to get some hip mobility here. Let's rock to the other side and kick forward the other leg just a few times. Feeling this in our hips. And we'll come back to center. We'll do a hamstring stretch next, so we'll extend one leg out to the side and bend the other, and then bend our body over towards our straightened leg. Take a few deep breaths here, and we'll switch over to the other side. So now we're bending that leg and straightening the other, and folding over towards our straightened leg. Take a few deep breaths. Next, I'll have you in down dog, so we can get another deep hamstring stretch. We'll go down dog to high plank, and each time we kick our hips up towards the ceiling, we'll get a deep stretch along the backs of our legs. You can also bend your knees and bicycle them back and forth, and then come back up to your high plank, kicking your hips back up to down dog, bicycling your knees back and forth, and back up to high plank. We'll do this one last time, lifting your hips up towards the sky, keeping your core nice and tight. Coming back into your high plank position, we'll go straight into our high plank with a side arm twist. So we're rotating our full body over to one side while we lift and circle our arm up towards the ceiling and back down. Inhaling as we swoop our arm up and exhaling back down to our plank. We are firing up our core here, so we've got our belly button to spine, our ribs are down and in our plank. Breathing through this, inhaling up and exhaling back down. Inhaling as you rotate and exhaling back to high plank. And we've got two more. Inhaling up, exhaling as you swoop back down, inhaling up, exhaling back down. Good. Let's take a break and sit back into child's pose. Let's get straight into our core series. So I'll meet you down on the mat on your back, and we'll start by doing a single side bicycle. So we're rolling down slowly, placing our hands behind our head, just lightly touching, and our lower back is imprinted into the mat. We're going to bend one leg and extend the other, lifting our head and shoulders up and over towards that bent leg. Just like a bicycle, only just on the one side. We're exhaling as we lift and inhaling as we come back to center, imprinting our spine and lifting through our core and not through our neck. We'll do 4 more. Exhale for 3, and 2 on this side. Last one, and we'll switch. Good. Let's switch legs, and now we're exhaling as we pull up and over towards the other side. Inhaling as you come back down, exhaling up, remembering to keep our lower back imprinted into the mat, lifting through our core, and only ever so slightly touching our hands behind our head. And we've got 3 more. Exhaling for 2. Last one, and rest. We'll take a break here, put our feet down, readjust, and we'll kick our legs up into tabletop. We'll go into our tabletop open knee drops. We'll open at our hip and drop one knee down towards the ground, and then back up to tabletop, and then drop the other leg down towards the ground. We're inhaling as we drop our knee down, and exhaling as we pull it back up to center. If your hip flexors are starting to flare up, you can tuck your knees in towards your chest a little bit. Otherwise, try to keep them at a 90-degree angle. And we're here for 5 more. Exhaling as you pull in, and 4, 3 more, and 2 more. Last one, and back to center. Go ahead and drop your feet to the mat, readjust, and then kick your feet back up into tabletop. From here, we'll hinge at our hips and tap our toes down at the ground. If, as you lower your legs, your lower back lifts off of the mat, don't lower your legs as low. Our goal is to keep our lower back imprinted into the mat. We're inhaling as we lower our feet and exhaling as you scoop them up back into tabletop. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Here for 6 more. Exhaling up. And 5. Keeping that spine imprinted. Final 4. And lift. 3 more. You're doing great. And 2. Last 1. Exhale up and relax. Go ahead and grab your knees, rock side to side if that feels good for you. We'll go into our hip twist next. So make your way up to a seated position and lean back onto your hands. You can have your fingertips pointed straight back or out to the side, and we'll kick our legs up to a 45-degree angle. If having your legs straight is too much, then you can bend your legs and continue this exercise with bent legs. We're going to inhale as we swing our legs out to the side and exhale as we swoop down and around. Inhaling over to the side and exhaling as you swoop down and around. Do 2 more in this direction and then switch. Inhaling over, exhaling as you swoop. Great work. Take a rest. Kick your legs straight back up and we'll reverse the direction. Inhaling over, exhaling down and around. Inhaling over, exhaling down and around. If you need to, again, you can do this with your knees bent to relieve a little bit of pressure. Got 1 more, keeping your chest up nice and high. Amazing work. Take a break, readjust, and we're going to go right back into that same position. Instead of doing hip twists, we're going to circle our legs. We'll start by kicking our legs to about a 45-degree angle, keeping our chest nice and high and core tight. We're inhaling to prepare and exhaling as we swoop our legs down and around. Again, if straight legs is too much, you can bend your legs and still get the same effect. And we've got 1 more in this direction. Good work, and switch directions. Exhaling down and around, inhaling back up. You can bend your knees if you'd like, but remembering to keep your core nice and tight and your chest nice and high. Last one here. And relax. Our next exercise is our leg pull back. So we're doing a reverse plank here, this time with our fingertips pointing towards our feet. We're lifting up at our hips with a neutral gaze up towards the ceiling. We're lifting 1 foot at a time up towards the ceiling and then back down, pointing up and flexing our foot down. We're inhaling as we lift and exhaling as we lower. Lifting up through our hips and keeping a nice stable upper body and core. We're here for 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one. Good, and relax. Do a nice forward fold to loosen everything up. Take a few deep breaths, and then we'll begin our leg series. Take a few deep breaths to reset, turn around, and we'll start by getting onto a tabletop position, lowering our left elbow down and opening our hips up towards the right. From here, we'll lower and lift our right leg, keeping our core nice and tight and our hips open forward. We want to lengthen our leg as long as possible. And we've got 5 more. Think about lengthening your leg. Final 4. 3 more. And 2. Last one. We're going to go straight into our bend and extend. So we're bending our knee in towards our chest and extending out to about a 45-degree angle. Bending in and extending out. Inhaling out, exhaling in, We've got 4 more, stay with me, and 3, 2 more, feel the burn, last one, awesome job. Now let's sit back into child's pose and stretch that out. Take a few deep breaths and let's make our way to the other side. We're lowering down onto our right elbow this time and opening our hips towards the left, lifting and lowering our leg, lengthening the leg as we lift, keeping our core tight, neutral gaze. We've got 6 more, and 5. Exhale to lift, and 4. 3 more, 2. Last one, and we're going straight into our bend and extend. So we're bending our knee in towards our chest and extending at about a 45-degree angle. Exhaling as you pull your leg in, inhaling as you extend. And we've got 6 more here, and 5, 4, 3 more, feel the burn, you've got this, and 2, last one, awesome job, sit back into child's pose. Let's take a couple of deep breaths here, and then I'll meet you in a modified plank position. So our wrists are stacked underneath our shoulders, our knees are slightly scooted backwards, and we're kneeling on our knees. Going down to the ground, one elbow at a time, and then pushing back up onto our wrists. Lowering down on the other elbow first, and lifting. We want to focus on keeping our core nice and engaged, and trying not to rock our hips back and forth as we lower down to the ground. If you're feeling extra strong, you can come up to a high plank, and lower down to the ground, and then back up to a high plank. Inhaling as you lower down and exhaling as you push yourself up to a high plank. 2 more. Last one, forearm plank. Exhaling as you push yourself up. Great work. Take a break and relax for a few moments. And we'll go straight into our Pilates push-ups. Our wrists are stacked underneath our shoulders. We'll put our weight into our left knee and lift our right leg up to a 45-degree angle. We'll tuck our elbows in towards our side as we lower our body and exhale as we press up. Keeping the core engaged. We've got 2 more on this side. And last one. Great work. Let's switch knees. So now we're kneeling on our right, extending our left, tucking our elbows in towards our side as we lower our body down. 2 more here. Last one, nice and strong. Great work. Let's lift our hips up towards the sky into a down dog position and stretch out a little bit. Our next exercise is a bird dog variation, so we'll get onto our hands and knees, our wrists underneath our shoulders, and our knees underneath our hips. From here, we'll extend our right arm forward and our left arm back and sweep them out towards the side. Bringing them back to center and then back down to tabletop. Lifting our left arm now and our right leg, sweeping them out towards the side, and then bringing your limbs back to center. We're inhaling as we extend forward and back, and exhaling as we sweep out to the side. Inhaling as we extend forward and back, exhaling as you sweep. Of course, keeping your core engaged and your pelvis in a neutral position. We've got 5 more here. Good. Neutral gaze down to the ground, and 4. Lengthening forward and backwards at the same time. And 3. Beautiful. 2 more. Last one, sweeping out to the side, back to center. Keep your right leg extended, and we're going to pulse up to the ceiling for 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch, lifting our left leg up and pulsing for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Sit back into child's pose and take a few deep breaths. Let's get back into our seated position. Lifting our arms up and overhead, connecting at the top, pulling down towards our heart. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining. Feel free to repeat this series for an added workout. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.